Well, that escalated very quickly. And Cam, why you tripping, bruh? And shout out to Coop, who happens to be the MVP of the season 5 premiere. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis, Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All-American video. And this time we are at the beginning of season 5, and this will be my episode 1 premiere night episode breakdown. If you're new here, go ahead, get it out the way now. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, join the tribe. I think that you're gonna love it here. We have deep dive conversations around our favorite series, specifically All-American and All-American Universe in this video. However, we are breaking down tons of other dope shows as well. And you ain't gonna find no other conversation like this about the All-American Universe anywhere else on the interwebs. Okay? Get a snack, grab a drink. We're about to get into the nitty gritty of what went down in episode number 1 from season 5, titled Ludicrousness. Okay, y'all, so I typically go through and I will go through in order. However, I'm gonna skip around a little bit. I am gonna start at the beginning of the episode because the melodramatic opening for me with John Legend's Ordinary People being covered by Cam while sung beautifully. Do your thing, Cam. Baby, do your thing. Okay, yeah, cool. Was great. The melodramatic Olivia in bed, waking up without Spencer. Spencer in bed, waking up without Olivia. Flashback to them in the jacuzzi. They did y'all wrong with that. They gave y'all that jacuzzi moment as a little teaser, and I thought there was going to be a new moment, but they was going back over what had happened over like weeks past or beforehand. Well before the 6 weeks that we are missing in between season 4 and season 5. So episode 1 season 5 picks up 6 weeks after the season finale of season 4, and we really get to start it off with I can't even say our favorite couple. Might be y'all's favorite couple, but they stopped being my favorite couple a very long time ago when they were deciding to just not be in a happy place, okay? So Olivia has definitely been on life support, and y'all damn know it. And we literally start the episode off getting to understand that they have not seen each other. They've been kind of avoiding each other, and it is hella awkward. Now, in addition to that, we also get to catch up with everybody else at the start of the episode. So we really get a montage, again, scored by Cam singing a cover for John Legend's Ordinary People at the Crenshaw Cafe over on Slauson at open mic night. And from there we get to see, you know, Layla and Clay, where they're actually at. She is not making any qualms about the fact that she wants JP Keating Records to be run by Keating, and she wants Clay out, and she hopes that he could just hand it over, but he ain't finna do that because he's worried about his future. And you know what, we can't even hold him in reference to that. Like, that makes complete and utter sense. We also get to see that Cam and Keisha are doing good at the top of the episode. Like, she came home to meet his parents. They are doing well in their relationship. So I'm excited that we're not starting off with like him avoiding her, because we didn't get to see much of Cam in a lot of the promo pieces, and I was assuming everything that they showed us was like Cam walking off from Keisha. So I was like, damn, like, is he resentful of like doing the performance because she pushed him to do the performance, and then that made him lose his scholarship? But that was not the case. They're actually in a cool place, at least at the start of the episode. And as the episode progresses, we get to see what's going to be their thing. And I am doing this review before I actually watch Homecoming, y'all. So I haven't seen how their story continues once they do get back to Atlanta at Brinkston. But well, of course, we're going to go into that in this episode. We get to see, you know, Coop and Laura finding their stride in work. Jordan is sitting on the sidelines while, you know, Spencer's team struggles, and then they're doing well, but then they struggle, and then he's ultimately getting a cast off. So the first few minutes does a really great job of just reorienting us to where all of our, you know, lead characters for this series are at this point in time, and really just drops us back into their story. I'm gonna start off with Jordan because they're trying to give us a little bit of like, oh no, Jordan has grown and matured a little bit by way of his injury storyline. In this episode, Coach Garrett gets some other doctors that are not the team doctors to take a look at his scans, and they clear him to be able to play and said that he's 100% healed up and he's ready to go into this bowl game. Y'all were right. They're going to Atlanta for this bowl game. Y'all, I'm listening because cool, but this is also very much so a stretch. Like, unless they play in Georgia State, like, I hope that they're not making it that they're coming to play Bringston as in the bowl game, because it just does not feel real. Like, so much as I was watching this episode, and I'm not gonna shit on the episode, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. It was an okay episode. For me, the best parts of it were Coop and the last 5 minutes, but we're going to talk about that in this breakdown, right? A lot of the storytelling that I'm seeing, or at least saw in this first episode, it was like convenient to like make certain things move forward, and it doesn't necessarily feel real and organic. And I still find myself longing for what I felt like was the more authentic and organic storytelling that we saw in season 1 and 2 of All American. So much of like the story elements and plot points feel very much so forced, and Jordan and Spencer going to Atlanta for a bowl game feels forced, especially for them to be like a big Pac-10. And again, I'm not super familiar with like football, but I know certain things when it comes to like collegiate sports. For the, like, they just need to be playing Georgia State or UGA, like a big ass school in Georgia, for it to actually make sense. They cannot be coming to play Bringston. Not that Bringston isn't worthy of going to any kind of bowls or anything like that. It's just that's not how divisions are broken down. And I would love for the show to be as true to life as possible, but whatever. So y'all was right. They're going to wind up going to play in a bowl game in Atlanta, and that's mentioned quite a few times in this episode. And we're supposed to get the feeling or the thought that Jordan has grown a little bit. He has matured, because y'all know I've been complaining about the fact that Jordan's ass is still immature, still selfish, still ridiculous, and still menacing, and has not grown at all. So I feel like this is their way of like saying that he has grown, because he has some reservations about trying to get back on the field too soon. And this is a callback to him rushing back onto the field and like cheating concussion protocols and like doing certain things in high school that really became a potential huge detriment to his overall career. And now he's like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm going to do better. And I'm going to give him that, I guess. Cool. But I'm still on his head, because him and Layla in this episode, they're low-key giving insufferable. All y'all Jordala fans, the Jayla fans, by golly, Miss Molly, enjoy. But y'all just gonna have to tune out when I start talking about them, because you're not gonna hear me sing their praises. You're really not. Like, it's ghetto. It's been ghetto. It's gonna continue to be ghetto. And watching us be teased along as they like don't decide to get together, but they're flirting with each other constantly. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm gonna get up and go get a snack, and y'all let me know when y'all are done, because it's an absolute hell no for me. And since I already brought it up, let's go ahead and talk about Jayla in this episode. Both Jordan and Layla are avoiding Simone at the top of the episode. So there's no conversations that have been had. Jordan walks into the Crenshaw Cafe with Spencer, sees Simone sitting there, and then immediately dips. Layla sees her over there, got her stuff going on with Clay, but then also doesn't approach, doesn't say anything. This is what I am talking about, y'all. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And then Jordan want to play Simone like she boo-boo the fool and she can't feel or sense what the hell is going on with them. Like, you could avoid so much just by having a conversation and being honest about what the hell is going on. But because y'all are not, because y'all are avoiding confrontation and y'all trying to play like ain't happening, you're making it worse. And as we go throughout this episode, so Spencer decides to throw a party in this episode, because this is going to be how he get his girl back. This is the reason why he's going to be able to be in the same room with Olivia, because they can't seem to get in the same room. He even stopped by the house faking like he dropping Coop off when he really just trying to see her. But her ass is down in Crenshaw with her daddy, worried about this goofy ass article. So the party happens and JJ has to take over because JJ is the party person. Spencer ain't no damn party person. Spencer trying to have an intimate evening as a way to make an excuse for him and Olivia to be together. But he said the word party and that's what the bros heard, so they turned it into a damn party. JJ, and this is a good example of like there's some forced things in reference to trying to get the story to just get out there, but this part actually worked, right? JJ pairs up Layla and Simone as Secret Santas, so they have to give each other gifts. I didn't get it when it happened. I understood like, oh, they're trying to make it seem like Layla is actually Simone's friend, because Layla gives Simone 2 charms for her charm bracelet, one to represent Baby Shay, one to represent the top 6, and her actually making it. Now that I think about it, unless Simone is active on social media, I don't know how the hell her or Jordan would know that Simone made top 6, because they broke up before that and they hadn't spoken since that. But you know, I digress. In that moment, I'm like, oh, they're really trying to lay it on thick about how they're actually friends, because Simone gives her CDs of like her top hits and like to reaffirm that she's a bad, you know what, she been doing her thing and producing, and she got this fight against Clay. Cool. And then of course Layla gives her the charms. It's not until later that Simone reveals to Keisha, because she's, you know, emotionally just not okay with it, that there's no way that Layla should have known the whole teddy bear thing, that is something that only Jordan knows. So Jordan's ass has been pillow talking. I mean, well, they haven't had sex yet, so y'all, it's not technically pillow talking, but I'm gonna call it pillow talking for dramatic effect and storytelling, okay? Jordan has been pillow talking with Layla, telling her stuff about Simone that she really should not know, which is throwing salt in the wound even more. And every part of me wanted Simone to check both their asses before she left that beach house, because this is what I was talking about. I did a live pre-show, and I will be going live every Monday before the episodes as an All-American Universe pre-show to talk about what we can probably expect, talk about previous week's episodes and all of that jazz, like really get into the story before we go into new episodes. So hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so that you know the moment that I am live, and you can jump in for that conversation. But I was talking about that on the live pre-show yesterday, about how I am giving Layla a little bit of responsibility in this as well, because her and Simone were actually friends. And yes, Jordan owes her more loyalty because they are the ones who are actually in the relationship, and bare minimum, even if we don't even say loyalty, right, just communication and being honest and addressing certain things. But Layla owes her something too, and for you to be able to listen to Jordan and with all the best intentions, cool, be like, okay, I think that she's gonna like this is gonna be real sentimental, I want her to know that I actually care, but you can't actually say, okay, Simone, this is kind of awkward, I want you to know I never went after Jordan. Things just like feelings just kind of happen. However, we aren't together because I respect and love you, and I respect our friendship. The fact that you can't say that, but you can go out and buy this little goofy ass teddy bear charm and this number 6 for this damn chain, I can't. And for me, it just does not feel real, because Layla has been to therapy. Layla has been through something similar in reference to a friend sleeping with her ex and or her current. She knows how it feels. She wished that it was handled better, and it wasn't. And she's been to therapy, so she's been equipped with tactics and language and just certain things to be able to better handle conflict. So even if little emotionally stunted, immature Jordan can't figure out what to say, Layla should be able to bare minimum say, Simone, I never meant to hurt you. I don't want this to be awkward. I actually still want us to be friends. I don't know how we move forward. I just want to address that. I know that this is awkward, and I want you to know what my clear intentions were. That's it. It don't even have to be Layla has to fix it, right? I don't even want Layla to go to her like, yeah, I refuse to date Jordan because of you, girl, I'm so loyal. Like, that would be a lie, because clearly you into him. Cool. I just want Layla to be able to be upfront about it, and she's not. Like, she spends the top of the episode asking Olivia, did you know that Simone was back in town, and yada yada yada. And then even with that conversation, it kind of annoyed me because made it seem like maybe Liv was too busy or has been too busy with the article that she doesn't even realize that Layla and Jordan have this thing going on in the back end. So I'm like, okay, is it supposed to be a secret? They didn't tell nobody about the kiss, but JJ knows enough to say Layla and Simone to be Secret Santas because he's trying to get some little whatever to pop off and some conversations to be had. So I'm like, is this a secret or is it not? Are y'all hiding it? Are y'all waiting? Like, what the hell is actually going on? And it's not really clear. Like, Jordan and Layla spend the episode showing up for each other. He goes to her after, meeting with the doctors and going with Billy to see another doctor to make sure that he's actually clear and that Coach Garrett isn't just trying to get him back on the field really quickly or too quickly. But he goes to Layla to talk about it, but then even then he's like, no, be careful because you're sounding like a supportive girlfriend. It's like, no, fool, I sound like your friend. I sound like I've been sounding the last 6 months that we have been talking and getting closer. Like, cut it, go. This Jayla era is just not going to be an easy one to walk into, and it's really just because they should be further along than they are. They should be more mature than what they are, and I don't like how they're moving. And I absolutely love when Jordan decides to finally stop avoiding Simone in this episode, and it's at the party at the beach house. He walks up on her, makes some little small talk, cool, and he asks, how's the gang at Brixton? They fine, but alluding to Damon. And Simone says, wow, you really think I would move on after we broke up so soon? That part, ding, 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 ding. And even after that, after he heard that, it looked like it landed on him and it put a little bit of different perspective in him. He still is walking his goofy ass up under some mistletoe and playing kiki haha with Layla all of like 30 minutes later. It's just like, Jordan, there is no saving you, and I can't. I'm over it. I'm really over it. But it's that part. For everybody who's running around here like, well, Simone was doing her dang old thing at Brixton. Simone did not do anything out of the way. And then when things got into a very questionable gray area, she pulled back and ran back to her relationship because she was committed to her relationship. That's just fact. Some of y'all just don't like Simone, and that's cool too. But that's just damn fact. And the fact of the matter is, Jordan moved on way too soon. The way that this has been written, Jordan moving on the way that he did made it seem like that relationship with Simone never even mattered, when it was literally the most important relationship that he had in his life. One of the most stable ones, one of the most healthy ones. And that's including his relationship with his damn parents. I said what I said. Y'all can argue with y'all's damn mamas. And I don't like the way that it's being handled. Jordan, you can wait for Layla all the hell that you like, but what about the waiting period for you to just be able to process the grief of loss? You trying to jump from one relationship to the next is also given very much so toxic. You can really love Layla, think that she's sexy and whatever. The kiss could have been the most magical thing that your ass has ever experienced. But also, like, let's be a person and let's process our feelings. Let's take a second and not hop or stick our thing in pretty much everything. Because you left someone, or you and Simone broke up, then you started sticking your thing in random ass snow bunnies, all to avoid how you felt about Layla, and now you're trying to stick your thing in her. And it's just like, sir, cut it out and calm the hell down. And like, let's be a little bit more adult about this, since y'all want to run around here like y'all adults. And yes, they are still they're still in college, and they are still late teens, about to be early 20s, y'all, but they move like they damn 25 and 26. Sometimes they talk like it, so they're going to need to start to act like it. Again, I said what I said. This Jayla era is going to be tough on me, y'all. On a lighter note, Coop had an episode of her career in this episode. It's her reading Olivia from start to finish for me. Is there no other article or thing that you can write about? Like, girl, pull the band-aid off. If you don't want to be with Spencer, then just break up with his ass and let us all be done with it, because at this point, this purgatory is ghetto. Coop, thank you for saying everything that we have all been thinking. Even being matched with Olivia as Secret Santa and be like, you know what, I got you this picture of you and Spencer. This kind of look like love, so what it is and what it ain't. So much so that Spencer has to wind up stopping her and checking her, and it's like, okay, cool. But I'm gonna ride for you. And I love the energy, because Spencer and Olivia sitting for 6 weeks in a place where we come to find out by the end of the episode that he has been watching her from across the damn quad and probably walking 10 paces behind her to class and seeing her in all this joy and laughter with these new friendships and perfectly fine. Meanwhile, his ass is emotionally wrecked and in turmoil, missing her ass because he decided to center his whole entire universe around Olivia and her affections. No. You made the right decision, Spencer. It has been time for y'all to move on. The thing, though, that I hate about it, y'all, by the end of the episode, we get to see SPELIVIA break up. And it's because Spencer chooses it. Because Olivia would choose to actually stay together. Which really annoys me. Because that tells me that she's more so focused on staying in a place of comfort. Not that their relationship has been comfort. But she don't have nobody else lined up. And why in the hell not? And yes, I do think that she loves him to a certain extent, even though him breaking up with her, again, proves my point. I made a video about this almost 2 years ago. Spencer loves Olivia more. Has been. He's capable of loving deeper to a greater capacity. And it was just shown again last night. Again, I said what I said, argue with y'all's mamas, because she would have chosen to stay in this purgatory with him, with them being together and not seeing each other, and her pursuing this article and doing whatever, regardless of what it was doing to him. Meanwhile, he made the bold and brave decision to be like, you know what, I've actually seen you in joy and happiness, and I don't have nothing to do with it. So if I can't be something that's going to be an addition to you, and I actually wind up being something that's triggering you, dimming your light, then I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plug on it, because at the end of the day, I truly want what's best for you and I deeply love you. That is what love is. Full stop. And I really thought that it was going to be Olivia to pull the plug, but I think I was giving her a little bit too much credit. I also didn't think the breakup was going to happen in the first episode of the season. So, hey, at this point, you know, it kind of is what it is. Now, I'm not excited for what this is going to look like for Spencer, because this is definitely probably going to send him into a depressed place, or he's already been in a depressed place. Like, watching him, when I tell y'all, I just get so annoyed watching Spencer sad, watching Spencer longing, watching Spencer like looking and just, he be looking like the saddest puppy dog that just want to be loved so bad. And I feel like every now and then it looks like Olivia is just dangling herself in front of him like, nope, gotta be quicker than that. And I just hate that for him. Ugh. But hopefully in the next few episodes, we'll see him start to come out of that and find his joy and his happiness, go up for this bowl game and then win it, and then also start to cultivate a social life that's outside of his relationship and actually allows him to enjoy college life and experience new things. By golly, Miss Molly, you are free, Spencer. You is free now. We excited for it, but I just hope that he don't rain on his own parade and hold himself back. When it comes to Liv, at the top of the episode, it seems like her and Billy have kind of like hit a stalemate in reference to information regarding this Coach Garrett takedown piece. And it's not until she's talking, I can't even remember who she's talking with, and then it's brought up about how oh, maybe it's Asher. I can't remember who she's talking with, y'all, but she's talking with somebody, and they point out the fact that people on the other team get injured, and that helps her to relook at the footage that Wade gave her, because Wade doesn't actually come out and say what Coach Garrett has done. He has only given her a bunch of game footage to watch, and her and Billy had spent the last 6 weeks watching it and couldn't figure out what was actually going on. But that little note sparks her to go back and look and see that he's actually training players to go off and injure players or star players of the other team, and it's some kind of like known thing that people can do, and he probably is paying players to do it, which is going to be the big bomb that's going to hit GAU once Olivia exposes it. I have already told y'all how I feel about this article, and yes, sorry for the players that go up against GAU, because Coach Garrett is raggedy ass trash and he's out here potentially ending student athletes' careers just so he can get a little win here and there. It's ghetto, but then I really don't care, because of the way that this article has like wreaked havoc on Spencer's mental and emotional health, as well as I feel like giving Olivia something else to be addicted to and something else for her to express her narcissism in. I don't care. Honestly, yes, what Coach Garrett is doing is wrong, but I don't care. Full stop. Y'all can talk about it in the comment section down below amongst each other, but I don't care. It's a few lines that come up in the episode for me. Like, before I even finish this breakdown, there are some lines that I'm just like, this is brilliant, and I'm glad it was said because it needed to be said. Clay reminds Layla that it's not his fault that her daddy issues got in the way of her taking over her father's label. Very true. It's not his fault. And your daddy issues did get in the way. Coop says, y'all the most not together couple I ever met at the start of the episode. And I said, well, shit, Coop, go ahead and say it. Then Olivia turns to Coop and says, you think Spencer needs protecting from me? When I tell y'all I screamed hell yeah at the screen the moment that fell out of her mouth in response to Coop reading her for filth. Absolutely, he needs protection from you. You are a menace. Have you not realized it? This isn't actually like great dialogue, but this brought something out and I made a note about it. But when Keisha says that I don't think that you should be throwing stones from your glass house at Brixton, alluding to like Simone when the second time running into Layla at Crenshaw Cafe before getting the assignment of like her being a secret Santa, and she wants to say something. She wants to approach her because she feels that she knows something that's going on with them, even though they're not officially together. And Keisha's like, you can't throw stones from a glass house. And it's just like, girl, she's not pursuing Damon. They might have had feelings, but they did not cross the line. They did, like, I get it, Keisha, but then also no, like, you are Simone's friend, and like, let's not put too much on that, honey. Let's not put too much on that, because Simone, I think, did everything that she was supposed to do to honor her relationship, regardless of how feelings had shifted for her in this new space. And in my opinion, she did everything that she was supposed to do in a long distance relationship, especially in the moment of feeling the feelings or getting the urge of whatever, pulling back and then coming to her relationship. But the unfortunate part about that is, at the time that she did it, Jordan was also experiencing something else, and his ass wasn't as restrictive. His ass wasn't as contained. His ass was all like fully in the space of like, what is this? So much so that he could not even wait a few weeks after they break up before he puts his lips on this girl. So like, I get it, Keisha, but then also no. And it's really interesting to see Keisha get it better after the whole gifting of the charm thing from Layla, and like Simone explaining like, yo, there's no way that she would have known this. Like, this is a problem. And Keisha's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I get it, girl. I get it now. Thank you. I'm not saying lie to her, but realize where your loyalties lie, and like, let's call a spade a spade. Let's not be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt for no reason, because the fact that Jordan is even avoiding Simone, knowing that he wants to move on, like, what are you hiding from? What are you running from, sir? It'll be a different story if you actually wanted her back and you felt awkward because you didn't know what to do and you didn't want to encroach upon her space, but you avoided her because you already been there, done that, and you treat her like one of these little random ass white girls that you was running up and in. Like, absolutely the hell not. I'm not gonna focus too much on Jordan and Simone because the way that they took my favorite couple and just, I guess no couple is safe. Cam and Keisha, y'all better guard your heart because these writers, whew. As I expected, also, y'all, real quick, going back to Coop, she's so damn dramatic. Laura hires a law student or a dude with a law degree to help out because he can actually be co-counsel in actual cases, and Coop's like, yeah, I'm just losing my sight. I knew that this was going to be something that Laura did for the whole firm, and that she was not displacing Coop, and that Coop was going to be dramatic, and just as I expected, that's exactly what happened. But regardless, this is what's going to force her to transfer over to GAU and go ahead and pursue her law degree. So by golly, Miss Molly, great. This is inspiring you to do some great things. Cool. Coop, you gotta also chill, baby. Now, I think that's pretty much it that happened in the episode. Let me know if I missed something in the comment section down below. I do want to leave off with the last words from Liv. It's like, this is not where our story ends. It need to be. And I'm just gonna leave y'all with that. It needs to be. Let's not spin the block. Don't worry about it. Until you become a different person, you and Spencer, y'all don't have nothing to romantically talk about. Because y'all are not equally yoked. Y'all are not in a place to be matched. And that's fine too. Like, I was very proud of Spencer saying, like, he doesn't want her to give up anything that she deeply wants for him, the same way that he shouldn't. I didn't actually agree with like him saying, yeah, you wouldn't want me to give up football. She wouldn't be able to come to you from a place to ask you to give up football, Spencer. If we're honest, you've been doing this since you were a child. Olivia just now found her pen after she lost her mic, her podcast mic. So like, let's not compare something that you've been doing your entire life for something that Olivia has been doing for a hot second and is seemingly taking the place of another toxic addictive thing in her life. Let's not compare where we cannot compete. But we get the gist of what you're trying to say, sir. We get the gist. This is not where our story ends. This is how they're going to leave it open for SPELIVIA to be able to spin the block, but I am really not looking forward to it. If it's not going to be a healthy situation, if toxicity and problematic mindsets are not going to be checked, then y'all can go ahead and keep it and we can go ahead and move forward. Like, let's get them back to being best friends. That's the top of the goals right now. The best that I can hope for is that they can actually go back to being best friends. Y'all don't need to be bumping uglies for y'all to be meaningful people in each other's lives. And with that said, that is my breakdown of season 5 All American episode number 1. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this breakdown, you are a real one, and I want to show you some extra special real love. So throwing it back, drop 4 football emojis in your comment when you post it so that I know that you made it all the way to the end and that you're a real one. And I gotta show you that extra special real love. Give this video a like if you liked it, and join me for the live after show on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. The live pre-show on Mondays, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And look out for my All-American Homecoming breakdown. There's tons of All-American Universe content coming, new videos every day. So again, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.